Right, in continuance, we are staying clear of Chalon in Champagne because of maybe that makes it all bubbly. Those 200,000 that died there all those years ago. You never know. It is a very bubbly spirit, isn't it? All right, back to the effervescence of the next chapter. We are with Childeric the First. And yes, we're thinking of Black Adder with that name, Childeric. But here he is. Childeric was destined to experience such a variety of adventures as might have given him a claim to be ranked among the heroes of romance. Carried off in his infancy by a detachment of Attila's army, he was miraculously rescued by a valiant Frank from the hands of those who were taking him into captivity. A general conspiracy afterwards deprived him of the throne of his ancestors, but the nation, regretting his loss, was speedily induced to recall him. He was the best-made man in his dominations. He was endued with wit and possessed of courage, but being born with a heart too susceptible of love, he yielded to its dictates, and thereby accelerated his own destruction. The French nobles, enraged at the seduction of their wives, who were incapable of resisting the charms of Childeric, entered into a league of the purpose of deposing him. This is in 457 AD. Unable to oppose them, he returned into Germany, where he afforded a proof that adversity rarely corrects the vices of the heart by seducing Bafina. We can also call her Basina, wife to the king of Thuringia, who had received him with hospitality and honoured him with his friendship. The Franks, however, held a general assembly in which the crown was conferred in Aedagus, who had been appointed by the Romans to command their forces in Gaul. So Childeric was a bit of a... you call him one of those... a bachelor on the prowl. This whimsical choice, it is said, was owing to the policy of Wiomold, who, faithful to his sovereign, took advantage of the ascendancy he possessed over the mind of the new monarch to lead him to the adoption of such measures as could not fail to render him odious to the nation. 464 AD. The exactions of Aedagus accordingly estranged the affections of his subjects, who now regretted the banishment of their former prince, and in a short time determined to recall him. Wiomold, ever attentive to the interests of his master, sent him the half of a piece of gold which they had broken at their last separation, and Childeric, understandingly the signal, left Thuringia and made his appearance in Gaul. One battle decided the fate of the kingdom. Aedagus was completely defeated, and the lawful monarch regained possession of that throne, whence his gallantry had excluded him. So somewhere along the way there's a coin that matched up that was the signal for Childeric. This wonderful event was succeeded by another, equally singular and remarkable. The Queen of Thuringia, like another Helen, left the king, her husband, to follow the fortunes of this second Paris. "Did I know," said she, "a greater hero or more gallant man than you, I would go in search of him to the farthest extremities of the world." Bestina was both handsome and sensible, and Childeric, allured by this double temptation, married her, to the great displeasure of all virtuous men, who in vain expatiated on the sacred rites of marriage and the inviolable laws of friendship. From this marriage sprung the great Clovis, 465 AD. Alright, so his father was a bit of a ladies' man, and off he goes, he marries Bestina. And, well, Bestina was already married, so it was a double marriage situation. The conclusion of this romantic reign was finalized by a variety of glorious exploits, the hatred of the Romans, and the desire of recovering the esteem of his subjects. Revived by the courage of Childeric, who had hitherto appeared to be lulled on the bosom of pleasure, he advanced into the heart of Gaul, defeated near Orleans the army of Odoacer, a Saxon monarch, took Angers, which he pillaged, killed with his own hands the general of the Roman troops in Soissonius, and if an author of the life of the Saint Genevieve may be credited, made himself martyr of Paris. But this last fact is attested by no other historian. It appears that he made peace with the Saxons, who united their arms to his in order to exterminate the Germans, who had overrun part of Italy. The conquest of Germany was the last memorable action of this prince. He died soon after, in 481, in the 24th year of his reign, and was buried in a spot of ground which is now enclosed in the city of Tournai. His tomb was discerned by chance in the year 1653. There were found in the skeleton of a horse and some human bones tolerably perfect, which proved him to have been stout in form and tall in stature. The other curiosities of this ancient monument are a crystal glass and several curious pieces of massive gold, an ox's head, a style with tablets, medals of different emperors, and a number of rings, on one of which is a seal, bearing the impression of a man of perfect beauty. His face is entirely shaved, his hair long, plaited, separated on the forehead, and thrown back. He holds a javelin in his right hand. On the exergue is engraven the name of Childeric in Roman letters. A part of these curiosities may be seen in the Royal Library at Paris. Good heavens, he had a lot there that they found. Medals of different emperors. That's very impressive, Childeric. While he was waltzing around with the gals, he also got medals from the emperors. So off we go to Clovis I. And Clovis I was really the king of France, the original king of France. You want to go there. And no, he was not your regular nice guy either. This is 481. Clovis was only in his 15th year when he ascended the throne. He was scarcely 20 when he challenged Syagrius, the son of Aetius, who was the governor of Gaul, where his authority was almost despotic, to meet him in the field. The challenge was accepted, and Clovis began his march to Soissons, accompanied by 2 princes who were nearly allied to him, Ragnacarius and Childeric. The battle was bloody and decisive. Syagrius faved himself by flight. He saved himself and left. But having taken refuge among the Visigoths, their king, Alaric, was induced by the threats of Clovis to deliver him into the power of his enemy, who ordered him to be beheaded. This victory was followed by the capture of Soissons, and the death of the imperial general facilitated the reduction of all the places that still remain faithful to the Romans. Okay, so it's trying to wipe out the Roman vestiges. Clovis, and he did away with the one who ran off. Oh my gosh, that was Syagrius. He ran off and I believe he was beheaded. Clovis, anxious to conciliate by mildness, such as he had conquered by arms, exerted his utmost efforts to restrain the unbridled licentiousness of his victorious troops. He could not, however, prevent the pillage of a few churches. All the historians mention the sacred vase, which was claimed by Saint